This is 5 on Your Side at 6. Focused on you.
The man convicted of critically injuring a teenage volleyball player in downtown St. Louis says he didn't get a fair trial. Tonight, his attorneys explain why they're arguing to try the case again. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. Daniel Riley caused the crash that severed both of Janae Edmondson's legs last year. Our Christine Byers is here to explain why Riley's attorneys say his trial wasn't fair. Christine?
Mike and Ann, in his motion, Riley's defense attorney says the judge agreed ahead of time that the trial wouldn't become a, quote, gore fest. Now he says letting Janae Edmondson sit in front of the jury with her amputated legs exposed made the trial just that and unfairly prejudiced the jury against his client. Janae Edmondson and her parents were walking in downtown St. Louis in February of 2023 when Daniel Riley blew through a yield sign, collided with another car, and hit Janae, severing her legs. A jury found him guilty of almost all charges last month.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of assault in the second degree.
This week, Riley's defense attorney filed a motion for acquittal or a new trial. He argues the judge did not let him present evidence that the driver of the other car could have been impaired, and drugs in Riley's system should not have been discussed in front of the jury. 5 on Your Side's legal analyst and retired federal judge Nanette Baker says the motion in this case is routine.
This is all to give the defendant grounds to bring up on appeal. And so they're going to put in every error that they believe that the court may have committed in order to preserve their grounds for appeal.
In his motion, Riley's attorney also argued the judge should have prevented Janae from testifying for 45 minutes with her wounds exposed.
The defense counsel did not make an objection. So the defense counsel is asking that the court on its own motion decide that this should be done. And so I thought it was surprising.
Janae is also suing the city of St. Louis. This week, a judge denied the city's motion to dismiss the lawsuit. Her attorney, Kevin Carney, sent a statement to 5 on Your Side, which read, "The city has tried to delay this case at every step. This order will put an end to that. We look forward to holding the city accountable for its role in this tragedy." Now, prosecutors will have a chance to respond to this motion, and if the judge denies it, it will then move on to the Court of Appeals. Meanwhile, a sentencing hearing for Riley is still scheduled for April 18th.
Tonight, police in one Metro East town are taking action against groups of teenagers. Police in Fairview Heights say nearly 500, quote, unruly teens gathered at a park Saturday. Police say it happened at Moody Park, and according to the department, they've had issues there in the past. 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer is there live. Diamond.
Well, and police say the teens that were made to leave Moody Park then went to another park in Shiloh and then to a restaurant in O'Fallon. Neighbors I spoke to who witnessed the group of teens say this park is usually peaceful. Fairview Heights Police Department say about 500 teens were in Moody Park over the weekend, being, quote, unruly and using illegal drugs, all between 4 and 6 p.m. Witnesses who saw the teens say otherwise.
It doesn't seem off, but maybe a little on the high side. Tom
Cost lives by the park and says on Saturday he heard crowd noise coming from the park and chopped it up to an Easter egg hunt.
And saw a bunch of folks running towards the west side of the park, and that's when soon after we started hearing the sirens.
Police say they had to close the park early and 150 teens didn't have rides home, some going to Three Springs Park in Shiloh and then on to an O'Fallon restaurant. The department says they will arrest teens and parents for failing to supervise their children if they need to next time with a zero tolerance policy. Cost says for the most part the park is peaceful, frequently visiting with his grandchildren, and he wants it to stay that way.
Most of the time just folks over there having fun with their families.
O'Fallon Police Department confirmed in March teens were forced to leave Moody Park and then started fights at St. Clair Bowl. As a result, Fairview Heights police are installing license plate readers in addition to surveillance cameras already in place. But Cost says heightened security is only a piece of the puzzle.
The problem is that if you do that, you still have, three sides of the park that are still available. They could drop them off on the main road. They could drive back here. So unless you're going to install everything everywhere, I don't know how much it's going to help them.
Fairview Heights Police Department say teens that were gathering a few weeks ago in Moody Park were connected to a shooting on Interstate 64. Reporting live here in Fairview Heights, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
A live look now at Busch Stadium, just one day ahead of the home opener. But get ready to bundle up. It's going to be a chilly one. We are seeing some rain in the region today. Hopefully it will move out by tomorrow. And Scott has our weather first forecast.
You know, we are focused on that transition to just mainly clouds as we head into tomorrow, and maybe just a couple of sprinkles, but not like these steadier showers that are more widespread that we're looking at across the area at this point. They're still out there. Here's the view looking from Illinois and Worldwide Technology Raceway back towards St. Louis. Gray skies, yeah, we've been stuck with them most of the day, and this last hour or so, a fairly light but steady rain across most of the metro area. At least we got rid of most of the sleet out of this. So we're starting to see it ease just a little bit, and think probably during the next couple of hours we'll see this whole area fade away. What's not fading away, those temperatures. They're going to stay on the chilly side, only in the lower 40s right now in St. Louis, 30s to our north and northeast. It doesn't feel like it, though, because of that breeze. We're staying cold, breezy, and damp through the early evening. The showers do diminish overnight. Home opener tomorrow, mainly dry on the chilly side. Yes, still a breeze tomorrow, hopefully not as gusty as today. And we're hopeful for a little sunshine towards the end of the game. Talk more about that game time forecast tomorrow with Futurecast in just a few minutes.
Now, during the severe weather Monday night, lightning struck a home in Warren County.
It sparked a fire that raced through a family's home. It caused them to lose everything. Our Justina Cornell takes us to Warrenton to learn more about how people are helping them rebuild.
Smoke still lingers on Post Oak Drive in Warrenton. A dream home for the Millers has now come down.
When Gary got out of the Navy, he was like, hey man, I found a whole bunch of property in Warrenton. I'm gonna buy it and build a house. I'm like, all right, brother, do it. And then he built a dream home.
Gary and Dina Miller have been best friends with Chris Smith since junior high. The high school sweethearts live in the home with their 16-year-old son.
He's calling me, he's like, dude, my house burnt to the ground.
Smith is trying to help after his friends lost everything Monday night.
Got struck by lightning about 9:40 last night. Lightning ran down the vent, hit the propane line. He said all he remembers is like a big bright light when the lightning struck, then a blue light, and then orange. He said it happened so fast.
The Warrenton Fire Protection District answered the call before 10 Monday evening.
We could see that where a lightning had hit the house and apparently ignited the propane tank, which accelerated the fire into the house.
Fire Chief Anthony Hayslip said utilities were cut off from the home and the fire was contained. The Millers were able to get out, but hours later, another fire started.
We were called back out at 5 o'clock in the morning for the house fully involved. So it is a total loss now. Could have been a hidden fire somewhere still.
While they have insurance, Smith said it'll take a lot to rebuild, and some items can never be regained.
Gary's a naval veteran also, and he lost all his Navy stuff. I mean, just stuff that's irreplaceable.
The storm may have been strong, but it also shows the strength of friendships.
Help these guys out. They're great people. And like I said, they'll give you the shirt off their back. Anything y'all can give, folks, I mean, every cent helps.
Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
Devastating. There are 2 GoFundMe set up for the Miller family. If you are interested in assisting, head to our website, kstk.com, go to the As Seen on TV section.
Coming up, 2 people crossed paths with a gunman in Brentwood, what the suspected shooter told police after an arrest.
Plus, Carbondale expected to triple its population in a single day. How the town is preparing for all that eclipse traffic.